you should be looking at Death Birds Fly. If you're not, go ahead and just restart the stream real quick. And again, when you select the audio slider for before you start the cast, it should be 2 notches away from the left. That is the ideal spot to be able to hear me correctly when the actual match starts. I'll play a little music for you. It looks like we're going to have a little bit of time, guys. I'm in here kind of early. It'll probably be about 10 minutes or so before the map starts, but no promises. We'll see. They were in here before I was, so they might have gotten things underway faster than I might expect. Until then, let's see, a little bit of songs for you, and then we'll get things going. I'll discuss the map here in just a little bit.
I can't believe it, the way you look
Okay, guys, well, I'll do a little bit of discussion here before the match actually begins. Not sure how much time is left on the map. Actually, let me use this opportunity real quick to mess with my settings before I forget and the match actually starts, and then I will engage in my little map discussion. As you know, if you read the TWL Tribes 2 forums, there's been a discussion on DBF coming up lately, and personally, I am against DBF for a few reasons, but until we get into that, one thing I would like to point out, I hope you might have noticed as I was playing around the map, the structure of the terrain around the flag stand for each side is different. For example, this is the Inferno side, obviously. Behind the Inferno flag stand, there's a series of hills and ridge lines. It's not a completely open terrain. in my opinion, this gives the offense a bit of advantage because it masks the approach, of the enemy offense. For the defense, that's a bad thing because it's a little bit harder to see what's going on there. And plus, it provides a nice series of ridges in which for the offense to kind of, hang around on. As long as you're coming out the flags, and if you're trying to do it back to front, if you can get over this ridge line, it'll also mask your escape a little bit. And if you're coming in, the fronts are pretty much the same for both teams. You come out there, and then there's a slight upward hill before you get to the V-pad. See if I can pick up somebody close to the storm side. Now look behind on the storm side, if you would. The storm side, there's this nice open field, and it's really easy to see the cappers as they come in from this side. I mean, at least if they're coming in from back to front. If you make a grab, the only way you can really evade line of sight is to kind of get over this little ridge line right here. And even then, you see you're on this nice flat open plane, and maybe if you can retreat just about down here, you can probably get over and safe. But it's a bit harder, in my opinion. For offense to attack this side. A little bit easier on the defense on the storm side. But let's head over to the midfield towers, which are the other really significant thing for the matches played on Deathbird's Fly. So cruising out over to the Inferno midfield tower. The Inferno midfield tower, if I'm not mistaken, is a slight bit more recessed and away from the middle of the map than the Storm Tower is. So here's the Inferno players. They're all hanging around here, and it's Unhandled Exception guys on it. And over here, I'm going to pan back over across midfield. There's a nice little ravine there where you can flip MPVs. And here we are, across the Inferno one. The Inferno one is a bit more centrally located. If you can look straight out over there, that's pretty much where the storm flags. Let me show you the ridge line so you can see the road up. Where is it? There it is, right there. There's the road up to it, and you can see. And you come back across here. And now you're going straight towards the Inferno flag stand. So in my opinion, on Deathbird's Fly, Storm has just got a slight edge in both respects, where its midfield tower is closer to the enemy base. There, come over here and you can see it. Here's the Storm midfield tower. And Storm midfield tower, there you go. Here's where the Pendragon guys are, Storm midfield tower. It's a little bit closer, I think, to the enemy base, so they got their hoe have a little less distance to transverse as they come over here to the Inferno base. So definitely I would have to go with what Pendragon did. Pendragon, being the defenders, chose Storm on Deathbird's Fly, but I think those advantages are slight in the most part, but still overall in the favor of the defending team when they get Deathbird's Fly. And apart from that, the two big concerns that I personally have with this map, besides the fact that it spawns with a mortar turret there, are the fact that these V-pads are so distant from the base and any repair packs. The repair pack, man, well, it looks like the Pendragon's guys are just left. There's the repair pack, and here's the V-pad. And so if you want to grab a repair pack from anything, it takes a while. And they've started up, so I'm going to get this cache going in full gear. Let me mess around with my sounds while the thing's getting going. But the V-pad's just terribly easy to destroy on this map. And then unless you have to haul a deployable inventory station out there, even if you do, they're pretty easy to mess with. It can be very difficult to keep those up. It's very difficult to keep inventory stations and whatnots up. So it can be very, very hard to keep your offense going on this map. And so it can be very, very played out very defensively sometimes. Run down to the rosters as soon as they reorganize themselves as the match starts. But here we go. We're defaulting to the Inferno side and starting it up on Storm. It is the Pendragons. They've got well, there we go. Mason the Fist, Anchorage, DragonReborn, Just, Shaggy1, Varkas, Munks, DestDaDarkie, Sage Dest, Kobe Tai, Psychotix, Vang, Irish57, Meyog Dogg, Aarvid, and over on Inferno, it is the Unhandled Exceptions, Ryodlog, 8stop7, Arny, Freaky, HumpstuH, Shola, Hyneebacka, Arsenic, Shaman, Bruce Lee, Killbox, OrieN, NeotiK, and Grad. Things are underway, and who we are on the flag stand, it is Hyneebacka over here for the Unhandled Exceptions. Incoming missiles as some hoe already streaming their way across, a little bit of a Shrike duel, engaging over by the V-pad. Looks like the Shrike is going to knock down some of the action starting up from that V-pad. Mortars from the mortar turret going out, trying to take a pot shot at that Shrike, which is a bit odd, but you can actually use that to take out the V-pad if you know how to angle it correctly. But here comes some mortar spam, and again, those nice exposed V-pads. Anchorage out there, got an inventory ready, and already setting up to do some long-range mortar spam. V-pad takes about, I think, 4 mortars in quick succession, maybe 5 to take it up, and it's offline, and there's a follow-up mortar just in case. Now back over to the base. Things still pretty tight defensive-wise. Hyneebacka, they're still on the flag. Let's cruise over to the midfield towers and let's see what's going up on over there, cruising across. We should be heading towards the Pendragon midfield tower. They're on Inferno. I'm sorry, they're on, I think so. No, they're on Storm. I was incorrect. But here we go. Who is that? Now we'll lock on the wrong person and get back to Ryodlog. On the other side, Arsenic from the Unhandled Exceptions has a grab. I'm going to go over to the Storm side and see if I can find somebody there. Somebody getting set up for a cap run. Anchorage cruising in there, going on an offensive run. Defense being played by Shola. Over here on the flag stand, we're back over there, and I'm still trying to get somebody at home on the Storm side. Come on, somebody at home on the Storm side. We lost a player. I'll figure out who it was in just one second. But on the flag stand, Vang now just getting back up there. A few bodies piled up. Looks like they've got maybe one, maybe two Hoffs, or maybe an two HD/ Hoffs multitasking there. Incoming Ho, it's NeotiK. NeotiK's trying to go for the flag, gets a mortar, trying to put some pain on the Hoff, throwing some mines, trying to get some mortars up there. Looks like he might have knocked the Hoff off. See if we can find anybody out on the flag. No, still one Hoff on the flag stand. He's a little bit hurt. Got a grab by Mason the Fist. Mason the Fist, where he slips out of the flag stand, but he's in bad shape. Chainers all over him. Loses the flag, gets stuck on the side of the V-pad, and here comes the mortar spam trying to take out the V-pad once again. Don't see any deployable inventory stations easily offhand for that repair work. And is it disabled? No, it didn't get disabled, though. The midfield defense might have picked him up before he had a chance to finish his mortar spamming. Anyway, we're going to check on the midfield towers now, given that those are the easiest source of heavy offense and often vehicle offense on this map as well. Inventory stations are up over here on the Pendragon side. V-pad is up as well. Looks like things are doing pretty good. Aarvid has a grab, and let's go over here. I'm seeing some mortars. Lots of mortars flying across the field would indicate a tank, and there it is, indeed. A midfield tank, courtesy of Pendragons. And here comes the heavy offense. They are just running them down and knocking them around as the heavy offense come over the hill line. They're taking a bunch of mortars in action from that tank, and where is that midfield tower? There we go. V-pad is down. Tank's probably spamming it down. There's some inventory stations. They're still up, but that tank is just sitting there waiting midfield to run over players. Now taking some missile pain. The heavies have gotten far enough away so they can missile this thing down. The tank, though, doing its job of drastically slowing down this offense. Nearly kills itself with a mortar, but still going. Mortars coming up behind a tank in bad shape. They're finally taken out by a missile, and heavy offense trying to make their way over across towards the Pendragon base. V-pad is up. Base is looking pretty good. Is the turret up as well? Indeed, turret is up. Still a mortar turret, though. They haven't changed that up. Plasma turret up by the MPB. See what's up inside. And lots of defense. Vang there on the flag stand. They've got... I couldn't see who it was, unfortunately, but there was somebody there trying to wait. That was Ryodlog trying to hide out near the base. They've already got another tank purchased up, and who was it that was playing a man down? It was the Pendragons. The Pendragons lost a man there for a second. Irish 5-7, the man with many returns for Pendragon on Slapdash. Looks like he just joined and needs to be teamed. If I have admin, I will team him. Let's see where Irish 5-7. Yeah, Irish 5-7 needs to get teamed. I will team him to Storm. So... there we go. Irish 5-7 has been teamed, doing a little bit of helpful work there for some of the teams having some unhandled exceptions, looks like. The namesake of their opposing team taking its toll on Irish 5-7. Looks like the midfield area, though, is totally unmolested over here on the Pendragon side. I'm looking around for some unhandled exception rapers, and I'm not finding them. Strike duel going on around over here. Somebody trying to take it out. Looks like both of them go down. So nobody wins that strike duel. Killbox and someone else. Head back over towards the unhandled exception side. Let's see what's up. There we go. There's HumpstuH, I think. Back towards their side. Their sensors up. Let's see what they got a missile turret up. Don't see their MPB, though. I do not see the unhandled exception MPB. And here comes that mortar spam, cruising across the map, going for that V-pad. And Freaky now has left the game. Freaky leaving for the unhandled exception, so each team taking turns trading off, and there's some mortars coming from behind the base. Somebody's back there in a heavy suit just well, dang it. I'm trying to get a lock on them, not on the light defense, and here they come, and who it is Munks from the Pendragons. He's cruising up towards the unhandled exception base. He's got a LD on him. He's going for the flag area, trying to knock that Hoff off. Bounces against the wall. More heavy offense coming from in front. They've got a couple mortars on that flag stand. Teammate comes in and makes the grab, but gets caught up on the Hoff and doesn't get out cleanly. Now he's got a ton of pain and loses the flag stand. Shrike smashes into the ground where he was a second ago. It's going to get returned by OrieN. Aarvid, though, comes in, makes a medium grab a second later. He just jumps off the flag stand. Might have taken some mine damage because that looked like it was a bit more than just a shrun. He chunks the flag off. Not sure where it's going with it. Looks like he didn't have flares, and so loses the flag. Trying to find out where it went. Maybe it made the hill. Nope, it's going to get returned by Shola right there. Maybe somebody down there waiting in a Shrike. Teammate perhaps trying to give him a handoff, but he didn't get the flag quite over the lip there. Didn't slide down the other side. So let's get back over here towards the unhandled exception base and watch out. HumpstuH looking for some inventory stations and managed to find one. They've still got one up on the lower field. Haven't seen any gen outages yet. Both teams keeping those bases up. Seen a lot of vehicle pads down, though, especially the Pendragon players putting pressure on those vehicle pads. That V-pad is down. Let's head across midfield and see what's up on the unhandled exception. Squeeze joining the game, and let's see over here towards the V-pad on the unhandled exception midfield there. Looks like it's down. No, it's up, actually. It's taking a little bit of mortar fire from somewhere. Trying to find out where that mortar spam's coming from. Somebody's managed to get a, I don't know, maybe there's a tank or a Ho around here. Well, there's a tank, and it's getting engaged by a couple, maybe heavy offense. There's a Shrike on it. There's a Ho on it. Ho gets run down. Shrike's still up, though. Shrike versus tank duel. And in the meantime, I get locked up on somebody who's trying to do a cloak attack. This is Ryodlog. Ryodlog is going for a cloak assault on the base. He's got to contend with a couple spider clamps turret. He's taking some pain. His cloak pack runs out. He's doing a little bit of wave in there. Let's see if he can get this spider clamp turret down before it kills him. It's not working because they've obviously got a motion sensor up somewhere that's spotting him. I don't see where it is though. And he managed to take down that motion sensor, clearing out. Now the inventory station's maybe going. There he goes for the gens. Ryodlog, cloak assault on the Pendragon gens, and he's going to get him. It looks like. Grab and return. The Pendragon gens are offline thanks to a well-planned cloak assault from Ryodlog, and it locks me back onto him, even though the defense now coming down to fish him out of the gens. Vang there trying to evict the cloaker Ryodlog, and does he get taken out? Yep, he was taken out there by Kobe Tai, looks like. So base going back online very quickly. Kobe Tai coming down to get some repair love, and the time load apparently is wrong. I'll correct that since they don't have it. Let's see, time limit, if I can get to it without lagging. There, change the time limit for him. Incoming heavy offense while that goes underway. Mortars going off on the flag stand. Shrike's doing some spam work, but the heavy on flag retreats out the back, comes back in, doesn't have any juice, and still has half his life, so still on the stand. Very few grabs, but each team 36 to 25 kills. The Pendragon, I believe, if they're on Storm, let me get that right. Yes, Pendragon on Storm. They are indeed in the lead, kill-wise at least, but it's 36 to 25 now, and cruising around. Let's see what's up over by the midfield towers. Not a whole lot of rapers. No, don't see that tank that I believe was over here. If this should be, I want to say the storm side, but I'm wrong. Finally got a grab by Ryodlog, but he's doing it in a heavy here. Maybe just trying to get the flag out now. Spikes the flag and gets taken out. Flag falls down below. Now in an easily defended position. Someone's still going to try to go for it though. Slips inside the base and gets taken out there on the ground. Flag now just being circled and hovered about by a couple light defense. They're disking it far into the corner here over on the Pendragon side. Just going to leave it up. Cruise back out and see if we can pick up some action coming over maybe from the midfield. Mortars exploding underneath the V-pad because we've got an incoming Bruce Lee steps on a mine on his way over and takes a mine from an enemy player. Now trying to get some mines on those land spikes on the incoming hull routes. Might take himself out with that. Looks like the plasma turret on the MPV has picked him up. It's trying to take him out now as well. Get a few mortars, misses though, and Spider Clamp's up on the lip now taking pot shots at him. Gets one disc on the Spider Clamp, grabbed by Mason the Fist. He had it for 12 seconds. Picked up by Aarvid. I'll get a lock on him. Arvid's down now though as well. And let's see, NeotiK takes him out, and Vang will return. Vang will return the storm flag. Shola will return the Unhandled Exception flag. It goes back on the stand, so not a whole lot of offensive plays being done by either team. Two hops, courtesy of the Pendragons here on the flag stand, and they're getting some spam in the backfield. It is Grad there in the backfield, maybe a capper lining up, painting it with a targeting laser, maybe trying to get some heavy offense on there, now doing some disc spam, trying to knock some of those hops out of the way. They've got one on each doorway here, and it's going to be very difficult. Again, remember, on this flag stand, this is the one with a huge open backfield, very, very, very hard to spot. Very, very hard to avoid incoming blind, and I get caught up watching the MAs as the cappers incoming get taken out, and Ryodlog looks like he might be getting set up for another cloak assault, and nope, he's going to do a little bit of disc spamming on the lips there, maybe take out some of those deployable turrets. Squeeze gets kicked. I guess he wasn't a player. I thought he was coming in for the Unhandled Exceptions, but apparently not. And so we got a grab now by Arsenic. Arsenic picks up the flag. Arsenic here in a cloak pack. Looks like he slipped in, and now trying to get that flag out. Going for a Shrike. He might have it. Arsenic might have just gotten out with it, and he's in his Shrike. Takes some fall damage. Slips into his Shrike a little hard, but now he's in a Shrike and cruising home. Arsenic may have just made out like a bandit with this flag. Totally stolen, but now he's getting picked up by some Shrikes, and it is taken out. Arsenic denied the cloak cap, trying to find out where that flag fell. There we go. Picked up and dropped immediately by NeotiK. Picked up once again. Now Mason the Fist has the enemy flag. That's 8-7 now with the 8-7s with the Pendragon flag. He is taken out as well. Mason the Fist in the meantime is out. The flag is returned. Varkas will return the Pendragon flag, and he's about to get run down. It is Mason the Fist taken out there, run down by Freaky. Where did that flag go? Trying to find out where it went. There he goes. It's sliding back towards it. Picked up there by dragonReborn coming away from the Pendragon midfield tower. That flag was dropped right next to the Pendragon midfield tower, and that's Just, not dragonReborn. Just picks it up. He skis past the cactus just barely. He's trying to get it back. He's got chasers. They're chaining him. He's in bad shape. He loses it, drops the flag, and there are no teammates near it, and the return will come courtesy of Arsenic. Just did not have that flag near anybody on his team, and the only people near him, unfortunately, were enemy chasers. grabbed by jsut, and he has got the flag, but maybe he doesn't realize it because he's just kind of lazily hanging around the flag area. Coming out, plasma turrets and the other turrets taking shots at him. Looks like a little non-reg there by the plasma turret, and he's tossing flares the whole way home, maybe lagging a little bit, I'm not sure, but still tossing flares. Finally taken out. jsut chained down by Monk, and flag will be returned by Sage Dest. Back on the stand, no caps, 18:53 on the clock. Both teams, the Pendragons here, trying to avenge themselves maybe perhaps a little bit, but right now Unhandled Exceptions, both, well, I shouldn't say that they've had the best cap because Mason the Fist turned around and almost got it out as well, so both teams have had one really good chance of getting it out here. And who we got in the Shrike that I managed to get picked up on, that was Mason the Fist there. Miscellaneous Shrike just sitting out there towards the midfield. But we got HumpstuH playing around towards the flag area. I'm sorry, not the flag area, playing around towards, well, the flag area, yes, /MDB. And Shrike's doing a little bit of harassment work. The Unhandled Exception vehicle pads have been under a lot of pressure. I'm going to go over to their midfield tower. There's somebody doing some host spam. I'll pick him up real quick. It's dragonReborn. dragonReborn tossing some mortars to see if he has spam points for the Hoff. Is that what he's going for? Looking for some mortars. There we go. Indeed, they've got double spam on the stand. From the front, from the back, but the Hoffs have retreated off. Smart move there by Hyneebacka. He's simply retreated out of the way of the flag stand. Now going in, here comes the Capper. Capper gets caught up and slams into him. It's Aarvid. Aarvid impacts on the Hoff and dies. More mortars exploding on the flag stand, but the looks like 2 Cappers killed on the flag stand. The heavy offense mortar spam did not work. Just the Hoffs there. Very nice, very active playing by Hyneebacka. He simply, or is that Shaman now? Now it's telling me Shaman. Maybe there was 2 Hoffs there, but they just simply step out of the way of the mortar spam. Watch for the Cappers. See the Cappers incoming and step back on the flag to take them out. It just, like I said, spam does not work as the greatest flag clear if there's nobody really distracting the Hoff from looking and watching for the Cappers directly, and that's what they did. Nobody else was on them, so they just waited for the spam to stop and waited for the Cappers to come and kill them. You know, logical process is if they're spamming the flag, it means they'll be sending Cappers next. So now back towards some of the more midfield areas. This is the Pendragon midfield. They're resetting their offense now, I imagine, and let's head over here towards the Unhandled Exception midfield and let's see what's up. Well, VPAD is offline, and they do have an inventory station, though, for perhaps getting that back up fast. Let's see if that is online. Indeed it is, so they've got an invent stash to try to keep up their midfield tower, but one inventory station down, the other one repaired. I don't see or hear anybody wandering around up here trying to rape it from point-blank range. They've got an inventory stashed up there, but don't see a whole lot of offense. No, where's that? Was a tank over there, maybe? Well, there was the tank. Looks like the tank is down, though. So now the Unhandled Exception midfield is back in operation. NeotiK's here now, cruising towards mid, having a bit of a duel with somebody up in the sky, trying to get a better lock on them. They go way down there, and they're getting bounced around. A couple light defense there, just playing the midfield, intercepting any heavy offense. They might have given up on the tank and now just trying to light it. But Mason the Fist is out with the flag, and he is taken out. Chain gun fire from Shola drags him out of the sky very quickly. Picked up by Anchorage. What was that? Anchorage just comes out of nowhere from the side of the map and picks it up. Anchorage now almost run down there by a Shrike, but misses. Second Shrike coming in perhaps for the rundown. Anchorage here cruising back home. He's back toward his team's midfield tower. NeotiK has a grab. NeotiK is down after 5 seconds. Anchorage still going. Risks a partial disc jump. He's got a Shrike way behind him. Anchorage here coming back for the Pendragons with the flag on his back. Bounces off a hill. He's got great speed. Comes into the flag stand. Goes in. Caps. 1-0. The Pendragons are up over the Unhandled Exceptions. We're about the halfway mark here on Deathbird's Fly, and there's mortars flying in now on that Pendragon flag stand. Some heavy offense made their way through the tank barrier and the light defense barrier. Bruce Lee dumping mortars and nades all over that flag stand, bouncing to see how the Hoffs are doing, and, well, just is dead, and the Hoff is off. And again, repeat, the Hoff is off. Will there be any Cappers in position to take advantage of this offensive opportunity for the Unhandled Exceptions? Is that a Capper? Indeed it is, and the flag was cleared. The Hoff, looks like he took some damage there. Shola took some pain from somewhere, and he gets owned by a missile in the tailpipe. Score 1 for the missile turret, as it just clips him out of the sky. It'll be returned immediately by Varkas. That was the MPB is in a missile turret. It is just the base missile turret there. They switched out from a mortar. Irish 5-7 is leaving the game, and he is having problems. If you're U-wing Irish 5-7, you got to reboot. God VTech is in the game. I'll try, I guess, to team him. Maybe I'm not sure which one is which. Who's the ghost and which one's not? So I'll give him a second. I don't want to accidentally team a ghost to a team. But who we got? I'm looking around for somebody, and somebody has just joined the observer team. So Storm again up by 1. The Pendragons have slipped away with a 1-cap lead, playing it a little bit more defensively. It looks like. Here's their tank out towards midfield, and it's spamming away. I was going going to say, but they've got a couple LD now retreating back. I'm going to see if I can follow some of this tank spam and see where it's heading off to. They're just lobbing mortars up there in the sky. They're going for the V-pad, taking that out, and over here towards the invents. Invents are up, though. The heavies are getting their invents out, or heavies are getting out. Their invents are up. They got a medium going as well. Freaky's going out. Got Tech has left the game, and back up to 14 versus 14. I was just checking the player list. Mortars, they're flying everywhere, going for the inventory stations, going for the V-pad, and they're flying back and forth. And here comes some mediums. There's that tank in position there. Got a grab by Arsenic. Arsenic slips out with it. He's got it out. He's got a third of his life. Really going to need to pass off very quickly. And Arsenic chunks the flag. Looks like he might have tossed it off to a teammate, but it bounces over his teammate's head. That's the teammate we saw in medium earlier coming over from the flag. It's going to get picked up by Arsenic. Arsenic goes down a second later, right into the hands of 8-Stop-7. 8-Stop-7 with a beautiful pickup, and he is cruising back home. He's got help. He's got speed. Things looking good, although he hits the ground at a wrong angle and loses much of his speed there. He's almost dead in the water as he hits midfield. Picks up some speed, though, with the disc jump as he comes off. Now teammates and hostiles coming out to meet him as he crosses the midfield death zone. Shrike's running down, missing from behind. 8-Stop-7 coming back home, looking for the land down, hits the flag stand, goes inside, caps it. It is tied up. Unhandled Exceptions 1, Pendragons 1, and under 15 minutes to go, and we're looking at perhaps another one-cap game here on Death Birds Fly. Looks like somebody might be trying to sneak their way down to the gens, looking for that cloak. Or Ryodlog actually made his way in there and got the gens down. Shaman now kind of running around in a heavy with a shield pack, maybe looking for somebody he suspects snuck down. But Hyneebacka here just hanging around on the flag, looking for some cappers. I don't see any lining up. Offensive play seems to be a little bit down after that cap, so everybody's having to reset. V-pad is down. Let's see, I don't see any offhand inventory stations. They've either got stashed really well or it's out offline. Here comes some mortar spam, though, out towards midfield, and that is Anchorage. They're getting picked up by who are Anchorage getting picked up while I was trying to get a lock on the light defense, harassing him, but no such luck. I suspect Ryodlog is actually over here by the Pendragon side. Yet that plasma turret firing off indicates that he indeed is, and somebody noticed the plasma turret going off over there. But here comes Ryodlog trying to slip his way into the base. Not sure if he's trying to slip up there and get the flag out, but he's taking some disc pressure. The Hoffs have noticed him. He gets one disc on the flag stand, maybe trying to knock some Hoffs off. Another capper coming in from the side as well. Flag still on the stand. Grab on the other side. Mine gets thrown on the flag, though. Incoming nades. Here comes the cappers. Looks like it might be a light offense assault. They're throwing concussion grenades on the flag stand. Might have conked off one of their own cappers. Here comes the capper. And did he get the flag? Yes, but he was taken out. Team killed by Arsenic. Grad had the snag, but unfortunately team killed at the last second by Arsenic. More nades being tossed on the flag stand by somebody down below. Looking around for it, I don't see who it is. So pan around and let's find out if we can over on. Well, I was going to say look at the anchor. Well, we're just looking at the Pendragon side, trying to find somebody over here on the Unhandled Exception side. And there we go. I think we're at it. Their flag is off the stand. It got moved there down into the lower pits. Nobody behind their flag area. And let's see. I'm sorry, Hyneebacka. Am I getting the teams mixed up again? No, I'm pretty sure that Inferno is the Inferno's Unhandled Exception. Sorry, Bruce Lee gets it off, and Bruce Lee is taken out by the missile turret. Absolutely destroyed the second he comes around the corner there. I wasn't sure what got him until I saw that brief streak of orange directly behind him, or if it was in front. But Bruce Lee doesn't get more than a meter away from the building before he is cremated by that missile turret. And that missile turret is just racking up the capper kills here. Not sure if it's lag or what, but the capper's having terrible problems getting flares off before those missiles take them out. So let's see, 1 point woo. And the kill-death ratio right now is 91 to 76, although I wouldn't say that's terribly reflective of the flag score on a map like Death Birds Fly, more based on teamwork than dueling. So who we got, or I should say timing perhaps, than necessarily even teamwork. But incoming light, looks like light offense here, maybe trying to clear off the flag stand. Big push here by the Unhandled Exceptions. They've got nades and everything exploding on the stand. I can only hope that this isn't absolutely crushing the people trying to view and getting buffering. But everybody bouncing on the flag stands, nades, concussions being tossed, trying to clear off those Hoffs. Looks like the Hoffs are off, and there comes Grad, not team killed this time, but picks up a Shrike immediately. Grad is out with that flag. He's got 3/4 of his life. Shrike cruises back over his head. Grad here cruising along on the ground. Chainer's now behind him. Grad here with the Pendragon flag. Chainer is trying to pick him up as he moves towards midfield. Cactus is everywhere, threatening to stop him. Avoids them, though, and more chain gun fire. He chunks the flag, gets it a fair distance, but it's sliding up into the hands of nobody, and he is taken out. That flag is dropped right next to his team's side. Scramble for it, picked up by Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee dead. Aarvid returns. Aarvid returns in the slew of orange bodies. The 1 or 2 storms managed to pile their way up there and get the return, and it is back on the stand, narrowly averted. You can see how close it was to this flag stand, and The Unhandled Exceptions there just barely avoid managing to rack up what might have been the winning cap, but now under 10 minutes remaining on Deathbird's Fly, and things are all quiet. Except for that plasma rifle that's going off in the generator room, taking them out. And let's see who that is. And maybe it's that little cloaker that we saw earlier. Inventory station's now also going down, and I'm getting lagged by all the action down here. I'm not sure what's going on, but somebody died. Well, the cloak pack on the ground probably indicates that the cloaker is now dead. But the gens do go offline for a brief stint over here on the UE side. And well, somebody taking some pain now as mortars explode over on them. And wow, getting a little bit of lag here. Mortars exploding now behind Hyneebacka, and Shaman there on the flag set. And I'm just getting tortured as I get a little bit of lag here and whipped around. I apologize, guys, if this is causing buffering, but looking around at the backfield, there's somebody getting loaded up on the flag stand. Incoming capper going for it, makes the grab. It's Aarvid. Aarvid trying to get out in the medium with the shield pack. I'm sorry, medium with the E-pack. Disc jumps off the front lip. Chainers and turrets are all over him, and he is just murdered by turret and chain gun fire. Maybe there was a snipe shot on him in there somewhere. But he got the flag out and was annihilated, and, well, no, both teams have 14 players, so Dogg there just spamming for no good reason, perhaps. But the Hoff is badly beat up, almost killed. His gens are back online. Does he have invents yet? No, I don't see any invents. He can't get repaired just yet, but his base back up. Still a great opportunity for some offensive pushing by the Pendragons. Chance to get the flag out. Let's head over to the Pendragon side and let's see what's up. Pendragon, Irish 5-7, they're just getting suited up in the base. They still got two Hoffs on the flag. It's Vang, and it is just. And the only way that the Unhandled Exceptions have been able to crack this defense have just literally been to spam that flag stand so full of concussion grenades and grenade launcher rounds and maybe some mortars in there, and with like 3 or 4 light offense. They've actually been going with light offense. The heavy offense just has not been working out because usually the tank ownage, I suppose, midfield has been slowing down the UE offense. But so far, they have managed to pull off one cap, almost 2 there, with their mostly light offense from what it looks like. 2 Hoffs there looking rather bored, not any of the offense, I suppose, which is now just waiting in the weeds. I don't see any of them offhand, so they're definitely hiding behind the ridge lines and out of line of sight / sensor range. Go pick up some players on the other side, see if we can find some action. Well, maybe towards the midfield towers. Actually, we're going to have a grab by Mason the Fist, and Mason the Fist snags it on the other side. He goes down to the inventory station, gets bounced off, goes up the top, and is dished down to the floor, where he's taken out. And somebody's just kind of waiting there. It's Ryodlog, just kind of camping midfield underneath. Sorry, is he on the enemy side maybe? I don't know where he is. Indeed, he is. He is hiding over there, and I get locked on the Irish 5-7. His incoming nades. Here comes that offensive push I was just describing. Nades, and conks all over that flag stand, trying to unseat those Hoffs. Looks like 2 lights coming from the front. They've got more nades, and I'm not seeing any conks, but here comes the explosions, and the flag carrier, slips out with it. It was Arsenic. Arsenic tries to DJ away with it, and the spider clamp turrets put a little paint on him maybe and keep that flag from getting out. And the light defense / one of the Hoffs comes out. Was that that looked almost like a freaking satchel charge going out there. Not sure it was, but bodies now piling up around that flag in the field. Shola makes a pickup. He snags one of the flags. He's taken out by Kobe Tai's clamp turret, and the clamp turrets here lining up a little bit kills. Here comes that duel. Maybe there was only one, but mortar spam on that flag stand. Pendragon there trying to spam the Hoffs off. Somebody flips out with it though. It's dragonReborn, and the turrets are all over him. Turrets and land spikes and chainers and LD, and he is ripped apart coming off that flag stand and taken down. Flag goes back home. Flag is exposed though. I don't see any Hoffs. They might just be dead. Light defense there was on the stand, but here we go. It is Hyneebacka now trying to get enough juice to jet back up there to the stand. It's exposed for a few seconds, but it looks like the entire Pendragon offense spent itself just getting the flag out that first time. No one left to take advantage of that minute opportunistic window. Ryodlog goes for a snag, but doesn't get too far with it. And inside, let's see, which team was this? This was the Storm side, so Pendragon base, midfield tower taking a little bit of pain. The inventory stations online. That tank might be back in position, I would imagine, judging from the spam direction. There it is. Tank there throwing some mortars on to the base, keeping down those inventory stations. Actually, it looks like they're missing. That spam is going a little bit far. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not connecting directly, but the mortar's now taking out the already destroyed V-pad, and with that midfield tower down, I could definitely foresee some problems offensively now for the Unhandled Exceptions. 5 minutes remaining, and judging by the rate of caps, whoever gets the next one's going to win. If this goes into overtime, then again, whoever gets the next one's probably going to win it. But no Hoff over here on the Pendragon side. Absolutely nothing. There just now looks like getting an inventory station up. They might have foregone with the Hoffs and are going with just pure lights now. I'm not sure if this is a radical change in strategy in the last couple minutes or what. Well, there we go. Now they have one Hoff back on. It's Vang. Vang getting suited up. Another player. Yep, there we go. Just looks like their inventory stations went down for a brief stint, and they had to play light on flag until they could get their their Hoffs back in position. Disc spam from the front, trying to unseat the Hoffs, harass them a little bit, but not enough to really knock off 2 Hoffs. They're going to need to make that big push. Let's head up and see what's over here on the defensive side on the Unhandled Exceptions. Try to pick somebody up. There we go, back down toward the base. Sensors down, turret is down, MPB down. Land spike turrets, lots of them though, on the entire pathway out. They've kept that farmed very well. And Hyneebacka on the stand with relatively full health, shield pack, lots of juice. He's looking pretty good, looking around, maybe trying to find some of those heavy offense guys setting up to do that dual spam, looking around for him. Don't see anybody in the backfield here lining up. Blaster fire. No, that's land spike turret fire. That indicates that there's somebody approaching the base looking for him. Looking for the body then. There it is. There's the nice heavy offense body from the Pendragon lined up outside the base. But 4 minutes now left on the clock. VPAT is down and probably got spammed down by that outgoing heavy offense. A little bit of a battle engaging over here. There's a somebody stepping on a mine as he goes for a rear shock lance. Turns in the wrong direction, steps on a mine. But 1-1 is the score. Everything tied up, and I thought I saw a strike, but no, that's just the out-of-bounds grid. And Ryodlog here, once again, hanging on the periphery. Looks like he's trying to disc down some of these spider clamp turrets. Knocks that one offline. A couple more maybe up on the back he's shooting for. Yeah, indeed, one more there. No, looks like he's already disc spammed that one down. Deployable inventory station, and here comes some nade spam. Maybe the, I don't know, the first sign of the attack. Looking around for the rest of the team, not seeing them though, so looks like Ryodlog just sort of acting out on his own, getting picked up by some light defense. He retreats off towards the backfield. He's getting chased as he goes back there, perhaps. Or no, that's actually an enemy player. Ryodlog's actually a lot closer to this. So there's multiple lights now. Look like they're getting set up. Ryodlog charges, takes out the deployable inventory station, and the Hoffs recognize this is probably the start of the wave. Ryodlog now on top of the base. Looks like taking some pain. Nades being lined up. Concussion grenades expecting to be thrown on that flag stand. Mine discs now the weapon of choice. Here come the nades. Here come the cappers. Capper gets the flag up. It falls inside, chucks the flag. He's trying to get it back up on top of the flag stand so it can be grabbed again by a teammate, but it's not going to happen. It falls inside the base, and that is now virtually ungrabbable. No, I take that back. Somebody slips and picks it up, but it's going to get fall. It's going to fall on the floor, and unfortunately didn't break the lock quite fast enough. It's now outside. Arsenic tried to scoop it up out of the base. Here comes some mortar spam from the top of the key, taking out VPAD there, and it looks like he's taking a bunch of Minus Anchorage there, trying to knock him off, but still got some light defense on him. Mines everywhere, nades, he's whipping out now, trying to knock down this light defense. Looks like he might get him. Indeed, he did. Nice nade fire, but now getting picked up by a spawner. And well, actually, not a spawner. Somebody's got some nades on him as well, dumping some mortars behind him. Grabbed by Ryodlog. Ryodlog tries to get it outside. He does. Gets that flag outside, but now in terrible shape. He's got missile turrets on him, and he is taken out. Did not have flares. Probably maybe had conks or regular hand grenades to try to clear those Hoffs off. Teammate comes for the grab, doesn't get it. Teammate now kind of just lackadaisically hanging around up in the air. But let's head back over here to the flag area, and let's see what's up. Inside the flag stand area, they've got just on the flag stand somebody out there flying around in a Shrike. Not sure if they're setting up for a cap or just looking to hunt down cappers, but double grabs. Got a grab, and one person trying to get out now. Taken out. Who was it? That was Grad. Tried to disc jump out of the base with it. He is down. Flag lost. 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining, and we are looking at a potential another overtime map. Slapdash went to OT, and now we're looking at Death Birds Fly going into overtime. Anchorage, where are you? No idea. Well, Anchorage is down, and on the flag stand is just here, just kind of hanging around. Flag has now got a nice 37 seconds left on it. There's going to be time for one more play. If either team does not get this flag out pretty much instantly and get it on the way home, I think if they get a Shrike pickup, they can actually get it back in under a minute. But we're now approaching the 60-second countdown. There we go. 60-second countdown. Ryodlog makes the final gambit, and he has the disc jump. He is out of the base with it. Ryodlog from the Unhandled Exception is tossing flares. Plasma turrets going for him. They miss. Ryodlog's got 50 seconds to try to get this flag back home. There's Shrikes all over on the ground beneath him. There's chain gun fire coming from every direction, but it's pretty far off and it's not connecting. Ryodlog has a lot of speed. He is cruising back home. Ryodlog with the flag. One last chance for a cap if his flag is at home. Ryodlog coming down with it. No, it's grabbed. It's grabbed. He doesn't have a chance to cap. Passes the flag off to a teammate. His flag is going out here with Aarvid. Aarvid's down. Aarvid is down. Repeat, down. Loses the flag. OrieN's down as well, though. Grad has lost it. Varkas returns. Varkas returns. And that will have to suffice for an unfortunate Team Inferno denied. Inferno denied. That is it. 10 seconds remaining. One chance at the very end for the Unhandled Exceptions to cap. And it's going to overtime. 1-1 is regulation end here at the end.
Victory Inferno.
Next stream will be starting up very soon, guys, as soon as this finishes uploading.